Hi, it's me, Liz, again. I've decided to answer all your comments. I'm going to Nebraska in like 4 days, so I wanted to get it done before I go, and I really don't have anything to do till I leave, so I'm kind of bored. Sorry. I finally got time off. Woohoo! So I'm going to answer a few of your questions. The first one is from druiddude321. His name's Edward. So Edward, you asked me 4 questions. The first one is, what is the correct pendant to wear? Hi, Aoife. And the answer to that question is, it depends on where you live. I say this because depending on where you live depends on, I mean, I lived in Nebraska. It was very, very Christian. Now, my hometown, because my dad was the cop, I knew nobody was going to mess with me, and everybody knew I was Wiccan anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. But even so, to make other people so they wouldn't be uncomfortable, because I worked in a nursing home, so I didn't wear a pentacle. But really, the choice is up to you. You can wear stones. This I actually got, believe it or not, it's hematite. Hematite is for protection. And, there's others, but I wore it for protection. I don't know if you could see it under the light. It's got kind of a mercury-like thing to it. And believe it or not, I got this out of a gumball machine for 50 cents. And I bought 3 of them. I bought one for me and one for my and one each for my sisters, so they would be protected, and they knew what it was for and everything, and they loved that stone, so it didn't matter. But it's very inconspicuous, but it's a protection thing, and it was, hematite, stones, that all kind of ties into Wicca, so you can wear it. It's just a statement of your faith. I later upgraded to a triquetra, which is this right here, and I wore it because it was something that most people just thought were pretty. They didn't really know the meaning behind it unless they were Wiccan. So I still had a symbol of my faith, but it didn't make anybody uncomfortable. And like when I worked at a nursing home, because I was in a Christian thing, they would ask me, oh, what does that mean? And I would say, well, it stands for the 3 deities. Well, they, technically it can stand for the one, the goddess, and the god, but they automatically assumed it stood for the Trinity. So I never really explained what I thought it believed in. But it was something that if you live in a place that people are going to, throw a rock through your window if you're Wiccan, you got to be careful of that. It's not being ashamed of your religion, it's being smart. Now that I live in Texas and I live in a big town and nobody really cares, I wear my moon with my little pentacle inside it. It's got a pentacle around it, so it's a little more obvious what it is. But even then, most people don't really get what it means. You can also just wear a star. Really, it depends on you. Find something that speaks to you that you like to wear, and that's what you pick. If you're using it for a spell, like let's say it's to bring you good luck, you can use symbols that are good for luck, such as the real swastika, the one that goes the right way. The real one is Buddhist in nature and actually means good fortune. You could wear something like that. A lot of people won't, just because there's too much negativity with it. Too many people think it's a Nazi sign. You could, wear anything, a coin to bring you, bring good, fortune on you, whatever you want to wear. It's really up to you. If it's just for every day, but even if it's just for a spell, it can be any pendant, it could be any piece of jewelry, because it's the spell that's really important. You can use things to aid that spell, such as you could wear, if it's a protection spell, you could use hematite to further it along, because it already means protection. So hopefully that helps you out. Your second question was how to make a ritual. And I couldn't find the book I wanted. I really don't like Raymond Buckland. A lot of people do. I don't like his book, but one good thing with him is he does have outlines for rituals. But basically, and you can look it up. Just look up ritual outline, Wiccan ritual outline, and a million sites will pop up. But basically, you draw your circle. Which usually involves saying some words to seal the circle. Usually as above, so below is a big one. Really depends on what you want to use. You call to the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, water, or you can also call to the 4 guardians of the watchtowers. There are many different ways, and I'm not going to go through them all. You can look them up. You can get books for this. Good ones that have them. Like I said, Ray Buckland's really good with the outlines and stuff. Another one is Silver Ravenwolf. She's really good. This one is Magic Cauldron, and I think to stir a magic cauldron. The other one is to ride, something about riding a broom. It's been so long since I lost that one a long time ago. I was so mad. To ride a silver broomstick is what it's called. And I think that one also has it. But this one I know for sure has the outline for spells. So really you would just want to go into Hastings or wherever you go to get your books and just search. Look through the index, look for ritual, then look for outline right behind it or underneath it, and find one that works for you. Really, as you accumulate books, you will learn more and more. And some of them will have rituals already written out for you if you prefer to do that. To me, I'm not real good at writing spells or rituals. I can put them together. Rituals I do okay with. Spells is a little bit more difficult. But I mean, anyway, you want to call to those guardians, and then you want to do the basic spells that you want to do, or ask the goddess for, help, do divination, anything that you want to do within that circle, and then you would dismiss the guardians, dismiss the elements, close the circle, and then you're done. That's a basic outline. But the best thing I can tell you is look online and find what speaks to you. And people get so mad at me because they're like, you're too broad, you don't give us enough detail. But it's like, what works for me does not necessarily work for everybody. So it's better if you go through all these and go, you know what, I really like this outline, or I really like the way they did this, And so that's why I say, go out there and look. The whole point of exploring is going out there and look, and you get so much more out of it when you look for yourself. The last one is you said you want to know about stone, gems, and rocks to have it at you at all times. There's no one that you need. If you tend to do more, it depends on what spells you're geared towards. The only rocks that you carry with you all times are ones that actually have spells on them. And your rocks can be used over and over again. When the spell comes to fruition, you basically cleanse the rock so it has no spell on it again. And you can find cleansing spells everywhere. But other than that, let's say you're taking a portable kit, a portable Wiccan kit, and basically a portable altar kit. It's things that every witch will take. And basically you want a representation of the 4 elements, incense, feather, whatever for air, a candle, very small candle, obviously, a little vial of water, and maybe a little vial of dirt or salt, whichever you want to use for earth. You might take a crystal, and a crystal that you could take and could be used for many different things is quartz crystal. Has many different meanings. So lots of times quartz crystals is, or another stone that you could take is a stone that, and I would have to actually look, to see which they all are, but one that just basically boosts magical energy or magic. That's a good stone to take with you. Anyone that does that. Tarot cards, maybe a small statue, if you use statues, like a small representative of your deity, or just basic goddess deity, or whatever you use, and maybe a bell, and an altar cloth, and basically get like maybe a little box and put all this stuff in, and then you can have it, and every time you travel somewhere you can have it with you. The other question you asked me was, you have with you at all times, I guess, marbles, or time marbles is what you call them, and they're clear blue and red and all that stuff, and you wanted to know if those were useful. Marbles aren't marble. They're basically glass. Unless you put a spell on them, they really don't have any magical properties necessarily. I mean, you can use them if you want to use them for spells and stuff. You know, there are lots of spells that have marbles in them, I guess. Well, not a lot, but there's a few that I've seen. So, I mean, but by themselves, they're not like rose quartz. They don't promote anything, I guess. So there are your questions. Let me check my time real quick and I'll go on to the next. I have a little more time, so I guess I will do one more. This one is a comment that was on my beginner Wicca story before time was and the Witch's Creed. Where do you get these spells, stories? Can you make a video? Basically searching. Before time was, I'm not exactly sure where I got it. I probably, looked up Wicca creation story, because it is basically a creation story. There's also the story of the Holly King and the Oak King, which is basically a story about the wheel of the year and how it comes about. And the other ones, the ones that like the Charge of the Goddess, the Wiccan Read, they're in any Wiccan book you are going to get. Like right here, they have the Read of Wicca, the Witch's Creed, the 13 Principles, the Rhyming Charge of the Goddess, the Rhyming Charge of the God. Almost any book you pick up is going to have those basic things in them, because those are basic tenets of Wicca. So there's that. Let me check my time again. I'm going to call it quits, and I will have another video out for you. Hopefully that helped you a little bit, and I'll get to the rest of you in a minute. Talk to you later. Bye.